Hi everybody, this is Whilce Portacio. I'm here in sunny California, though I really wish I could be there with you guys. You guys seem to be having a ball over there, and I see from the panelists you've got quite a powerful panel there. Let's see, Jerry, Neil, Ed, Arnold, Gilbert, Budget, David, Carlo, Jamie, and Lyndon. Quite a powerhouse group. So let's go into the topics. I see the first topic is comments on Pinoy comics. I'm supposing that means what's been happening in the local scene lately. I have to say I'm very proud of what's happening lately with books like Jaja Zaturno and the reaction it's gotten from the Philippine society as a whole. And that's why I'm extremely proud of like, for instance, Trece. Even back then, because I grew up here in the United States, so I have an American way of looking at things. And even then, even with that perspective, when I was in the Philippines and I was introduced to this ghost hunter subculture in the Philippines, I was enthralled by that, and I've always thought that someone should take that world, take those people, and show the world what that's really like. And I believe Budge and Kajo have done an exquisite job of giving us that slice of life of what that world, that subculture in the Philippines is like. And I believe once that gets known to the rest of the world, that's just gonna go crazy. I'm really happy that more and more of the creators are creating stories and characters from their heart. And as Jerry can attest to, way back in the mid-90s when I first came to the Philippines, I kept pushing people back then to create those superhero stories, those fantastical stories, but based upon Filipino characters and Filipino situations. Because you're Filipino, because all your experiences, all of your knowledge is based on your life in the Philippines and knowing Filipino characters and Filipino people. The best kind of stories that you can do are, based on the premise of what would happen if a Filipino were to become a superhero. And the best way to make that interesting, to make that appealing, is to create Filipino characters who react in Filipino ways to Filipino situations and put them in Filipino settings. And this then dives nicely into, I guess, what it is, the next topic, a message to Pinoy artists and creators. I would say just keep doing that. Nowadays, you talk about the X-Men, or you talk about Lord of the Rings, or you talk about the Incredible Hulk, or Nemo, or any new cartoon, and people not only know of it, but people are interested in that. People are now open to the superhero fantasy world. Now, as such, since now for a long time you've been having all these movies, games, toys, all these different forms of entertainment, songs about superheroes, all these creative endeavors based upon superheroes and the fantasy world. The audience, and for now, the audience has only, the collective audience, the world, has been treated to American-centric superheroes. What American, what it would be like if an American became a superhero. Now, as that keeps going, people are going to start to not get bored of it, but they're going to have been seeing a lot of that. And so they're now going to be wanting something different, something new. There's going to come a time very soon, and this is the time that Hollywood grabs properties for later on, for the future. But right now, I know there's a lot of people grabbing up properties in Hollywood and for toy design and for game designs right now that are specific to different cultures. Like, what would a Japanese superhero be like? What would a Middle Eastern superhero be like? What would a Spanish superhero be like? What would a Filipino superhero be like? Even just start with yourself. What kind of superhero would I like to become? And how would that happen if me, in my life, as for instance, someone who grew up in Laguna, or someone who grew up in Manila, or someone who grew up in Olongapo, or Cebu, or whatever, and what would happen if I all of a sudden started exhibiting superhero powers? How would the people around me react? How would the Filipino society around me react? I would say do those stories. Do those stories and be very honest. Because again, people are going to be looking for a difference. They're not going to be looking for a guy who looks Filipino with a Filipino name who maybe occasionally says a Tagalog phrase or something. They're going to be looking for something different, something new. Believe me, in the next few years, you're going to be seeing British superheroes. I think they're going to start with British superheroes and then go quickly into Asia. So do Filipino superheroes and then take advantage of the internet. I know it can be expensive, but there are a lot of different avenues, for you to get access of the internet. It might take a little extra effort on your part, but it's more than worth it. Get on the internet somehow. You can set up a Deviant account, which I believe is free. You can set up a blog, which I know is free. You can videotape your pages, videotape you working on your pages, and put those videos on YouTube for free. One fact of art is, when you see, for instance, just the visual medium, when you see a painting or when you see an illustration, and people love it, people aren't interested in the person who published it. People aren't interested in the gallery that sold the piece. People are interested to find out who that artist is. The truth of art is, even though you've gotten paid $1 a page for that, you pour your heart into that. Do the best that you can with those pages. And when those pages get out there, and if it is good enough, if it does strike a chord with a lot of the fans out there, they will find out who you are. And if the fans want to find out who you are, the companies will want to find out who you are. And they're going to offer you what you're worth, what your art is worth. The key is getting your stuff out there. So use the freedom of the internet. I know for a fact that movie companies, gaming companies, toy design companies, everybody, they have people specifically who just spend their days on the internet looking for new artists. So if you can, by hook or crook, get on the internet. Before I go, I thought I'd give you a quick preview of what I've been doing and what I'm going to be doing. Last March I just finished a 3-issue run on Superman Batman, and I think that comes out towards the end of the year. So look for that in the DC in the DC list. That's 3 issues edited by Eddie Braganza. Some of you probably know that I'm just signed on to work with Todd McFarlane. It's just been announced on Spawn.com and in Wizard Magazine. They're going to be doing up a huge couple issues on this and Image even. Also, during San Diego, Image will be making a couple of big announcements, and I'm joining up with that. I can't tell you specifically what's happening, but in my part, I'm creating a new character for Image that will see the light of day next year. So that's just a quick preview of what I'm going to do, what I've been doing. Again, I'd like to thank Azrael for everything he's done putting this all together and putting this convention together, and his promotion of Filipino artists and their creators and stuff. And I hope you guys have a great time. I had a great time doing this, and I hope to see you guys real soon.
Bye, Philippines. We'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. We'll be there soon.
Real soon.